Today we will see another important question which has been generally asked in the Azure data engineering interviews, which is about the joins. So this will also be helpful for day-to-day activities of Azure data engineer. So I have made a complete video. So if you understand this completely, you are able to answer any questions asked on the joins in the interview. Let's understand this in a very easiest manner. So joins are used to fetch or combine the data from two or more tables, because in the real world the data is not stored in a single table. For example, customer details are stored in the customer table, order details are stored in the order table, and product details are stored in the product table. If you want to get complete information, so joining is mandatory. The most important thing will be joining is key column. We'll understand what you mean by key column and what are the different types of joins available in here in PySpark or SQL. Okay.
Now consider table A and table B. Both table have a key column called ID1. A key column is a column where we use to connect or join two tables. Okay. Now we will start with the first type of join, which is inner join. Okay. So inner join is simply called it as join as well. Okay. So inner join means combining the data from two or more table, okay, using key column and returning only the matching records from both the table. Okay. So in SQL we call them table like table A and table B, but in a PySpark, instead of table, we usually work with the data frames. For example, data frame 1, data frame 2, but the concept of join is exactly same. Okay, we will see how this inner join will work. So now we are applying inner join using the key column ID1 for the both the tables. Let them understand by this bit step by step. Okay. First, what we will do? First, we will take first row from the table A. So the value is 1. Now this value will be compared with every record in the table B. If the matching value is found, the record will appear in the result set. If there is no matching, it will not appear in the result. Now the value of 1 from the table A is compared with B. Record will appear in the result, and then it compares with other records like 0, 2, 3. This value is not match, does not match. So the record will not included in the result. Finally, there is another record in a 1 and the another record in the table B. So it matches again and it appear in the result set. So the first row processing is completed. Now we'll move to the second row in the table A, which has the value of 0. Again, this value will be compared with all the rows in the table B. So since 0 exists in the table B, the record will appear in the result. Then we move to the third row. So as I said, it's mapping with all the record, is not matching. So we are moving to the third row, which is also contains 0. Again, it matches with 0 in the table B. So another result row is generated. Similarly, for the fourth row also contains 0, which again matches and produces the another result. Okay. Finally, what about the null? Finally, the last row in the table A is null. Null value does not match with any value, including another null as well. So null will not produce any result in the inner join. So finally, the inner join result will be, so after comparing all the values, we got total rows like 5. This will be the result set of inner join. The next join will be like, let's move on to the next type of join, which is left join. Also it's called as left outer join. So in a left join we will give the priority to the left table. So here the table is table A is a left table. So like what it will return means, left join returns all the matching record from the left table plus all the unmatched record from the left table. If there is no matching, it will the record in the right table, it will return as a right table, sorry, null. Okay, this is about left join. So where we can use this inner join and left join means, in the real time projects. Suppose a common example for the banking system, we will be having like customer table. It will be having containing like account details, a transaction table containing transaction information. Okay, if you want to display only the customer who has made a transaction, we can use like inner join, because inner join will return only the matching record from both the table. Okay, in the left join, this is also commonly used in a real time in the projects. So if you want to see all the customer, including those who have not placed any orders, you can go with the left join. So customer without order will still appear, but their order column will contains null actually. Okay, so as I said, it's also called as left join or left outer join. So another requirement, like sometimes the requirement may slightly differ. So we wanted to like only find the customer who have not made any transaction. In that case, we can still use left join, but with the where condition. Okay, with the help of this will return only the customer like who have not make any transaction actually. Okay, so now let's see how left join work using example. Okay, so it will as I said, it will return the matching record. So the matching record from both the table. So whatever the matching record is there, it is going to return here, plus unmatched record from the left table. Okay, so in the table A we have like a unmatched record, that is a null actually. Null will not compare anything with any value, so even with the null it won't compare. So this row cannot match with any row, but since we are using left join, we must still include this row. Okay, so final result will be, for the inner join 5, left joins added one more unmatched record from the left table. So total we got 6 rows or 6 records. So you can also observe in the table B we have like 2 and 3, but this value does not exist in table A. Since we are prioritizing left table, this record will not appear in the result. Okay, we'll move to the next join, that is right join. Right join is exactly opposite to the left join. Instead of prioritizing the left table, we are going to prioritize the right table. So right join return only the matching record from the right table plus unmatched record from the right table. Okay, so for unmatched records, SQL will return like null values for the left table columns. Okay, so right join is also called it as right outer join. Both are the same actually. So right join is like in the right join we have in a table B we have like two unmatched values like 2 and 3. So these value do not exist in the table A, so they are considered unmatched records. Since we are using right join, these records will return null actually in the left table. So totally 7 rows. Okay, total we got like 7 rows for the right join or right outer join. Move on to the next join, that is full join. Full join means matching record from both the table, unmatched record from left table, and unmatched record from the right table. Okay, it's combination. Finally, you can say like full join is equal to inner join plus left join plus right join. In other words, it combines all possible rows from both the tables. If there is no matching value, SQL return null values to the respective table columns. So we'll take the matching rows from the inner join. So next we add unmatched record from left join, which is null from the table A. Okay, then we add unmatched record from table B, which are like 2 and 3. So the final result will contain inner join rows plus unmatched row from the left table plus unmatched rows from the right table. So totally we got like 8 rows. This is the result of full join or full outer join. Okay, so we'll see how to write a SQL query for this join. So we'll start with the basic select query. So select star from table A. So we have to give alias name as DA, it will be easy for us. Okay, if you mention the alias name, you can mention as TA as well, but also you can directly mention like table in front of table, you can mention alias name. And we are using join. Join means inner join. Instead of inner join, you can mention join only. And table B, so TB as alias, and we have to mention on condition there. So TA dot id1. So since we have used alias name, you can directly take alias name dot column name and tb dot id1. So if you're using, what is the use of alias name means, you can make the query shorter and easier to read. Okay, so this is a query for left join. Okay, sorry, inner join. So same query structure work for all the joins. You only need to change the type of the join. Okay, if it is inner join, you have to mention join or inner join. If it is left join, you have to mention left. Okay, so let's move to the next type of join, which is cross join. So cross join is also called as Cartesian product. In a cross join, so every row from the first table combined with every row from the second table. So one important thing is here, cross join does not require an on condition. Okay, so cross join is a Cartesian product. So unlike other joins, it does not check whether values are matching or not. Instead of that, it will simply maps each record from one table with all record from other table. Okay, example, we have like 5 rows in the table A, 5 rows from the table B. So every row in a table A will compare with every row in table B. So first row from the table A will map with all 5 rows in table B. That's why I have written first row 1 with another right side row as a 1 for all the 5 rows. Second row from the table A will map with all the 5 rows in the table B. Okay, and this continues for all the rows. Okay, so total rows we can calculate using like a formula like rows in table A into rows in table B. In our case, we have like 5 rows in table A, 5 rows in table B, so we'll get a final result containing 25 rows or records. Okay, so we'll see how to write a SQL query. The SQL query is very simple. So select star from table A, TA as alias name, cross join, and table B, the alias name as table B, TB. So here we do not use like on condition. Okay, we'll move to the left anti-join. Left anti-join will returns records present in the left table but not present in the right table. Okay, now let's see our example. Let table A values are like 100 null, table B we have like 100 231. So now we check with the value in the table A are not present in the table B. Okay, 1 exists in the table B, so it will not appear. 0 exists in the table B, again it will not appear. Again 0 is there in the left table, that is also there in the right table, that's why it won't appear. But but null is not present in table B, that's why the result will be null actually. Okay, semi join. So left semi join result like only the matching rows from the left table, but it does not return column from right table. It only checks whether a match exists in the right table. So in the example we can see 1 matches with 1, 0 matches with 0. Like we have like 4 records or 4 rows. For the left semi join. So this left anti-join and left semi-join are commonly used in Spark or PySpark environment. Such as in the Databricks, where we are working with the Databricks. So these joins are particularly used for data engineering, for the pipeline filtering and all, for the large data set. Next we will move to the next join, that is self join. So self join means we are going to join a table with itself. Like another like unlike other join, we do not use a different two table. So instead of that we use the same table twice. That's why it's called as self join. For this let's take an employees table. So we have like employee ID, employee name and manager ID. Okay, so the important thing here is like the manager ID refers to another employee in the same table. This means managers are also employees in the same table. So we will get manager name. If you want to get a manager name, we need to join the table with itself actually. So we will see how to write a SQL query for this. Okay, so we have to have written like the employee table. Select star from employee table as E. I am giving alias name as E for the employee table. Okay, and so we have to use a inner join. So that's why using join. Okay, and again we have to consider same table for the manager table as well. That's why we are considering like employee table. We are giving a alias name as a M. So in the on condition you have to mention like E dot employee ID is equal to M dot employee ID. So E dot manager id is equal to m dot employee id. You have to mention. Okay. Here in the select class, so we are using alias name as a e for the employee table, e dot employee id comma e dot employee name, and we need a manager name as well. That's why you're writing like m dot employee name, okay, as a manager. So if you mention like that, you will get a manager name. Okay. So I'm again reiterating, E is the alias name for employee table and M is the alias name for the manager table. Actually both are same table only, but we use different alias. So I have copied the same table for your reference. I have naming it as manager table. Okay. Now how the self join will works means, first row employee Rajesh has a manager id is equal to null. Okay, so that means Rajesh does not have any manager. Okay, so it will be joining with first row with the second table of the first row. So it is matching since 1 is there in both the sides. Okay, it will map with all the table, but whatever is the matching record is there, it is gonna return there. So 1 is matching, so the result will come over there. So on the on condition, you have to mention like e dot manager id is equal to m dot employee id. Okay, we'll move to the next row. Okay, that is number 2, employee id 2. So employee 2 name is Arun, has a manager id is equal to 1. So employee id 1 is a Rajesh, so Rajesh is the manager for Arun. So similarly, third row, employee name is Priya, also has a manager id 1, so her manager also Rajesh. Okay, we'll next move to the next row, that is a fourth row. There is employee id 4. So employee Karthik has a manager id is equal to 2. So employee id 2 is Arun, so Arun is a manager for Karthik. Like finally, fifth row, that is employee id 5, it is Meena, so her manager is also Arun. So the id for the manager is 2 actually, so it will the final result will be 2. The manager id 2 name is Arun. Okay, this is the final result set.
So this is about the joins. Please do subscribe this channel for more data engineering interview topics. We'll see you in the next one. Thank you.